boundaries, other people's boundaries, his own boundaries. He was impulsive. He had a bad mood. 1 minute he was up, 1 minute he was down. He had borderline personality disorder. Got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So what's better? To be a Giga Chad on the street or some type of non-Giga Chad on the street? Obviously, be a Giga Chad on the street. But what's better? To be a normie without borderline personality disorder? I would choose being a normie without borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder is horrible. Doesn't matter what you look like. And he had it, and he died at 32 years old. So I don't agree with it, kind of, what he's saying, but I do know what he's saying.
What is it? Job done. Ready to work. More work.
More lumber is required. More lumber is required.
Yes, me lord. What is it? More work. Righto. Yes, me lord. Off I go then. Off I go then.
More lumber.
I agree with him, he says, yeah.
Job's done.
Grab what says, Clint, how much did it go through? Oh, yeah. Jack, you're the YouTube agony aunt. Aunt, champion.
What is it? Done. Righto.
Exodon says, this is an aberration. Your friend is the exception to the rule by a massive distribution range, not the rule. His other bad predictions obviously overshadows his good looks.
Job's done. Off I go.
Yeah.
Job's done. More work.
Giga Chad will be treated well. He's always getting the shit kicked out of him as well. I've never known a guy to get the shit kicked out of him as much as him.
More work.
People beat the shit out of him probably once every 3 months because he was so annoying. He'd get punched by one guy, then 3 months later he'd get punched by another. Someone would kick his face in somewhere. He's always marks over him. And his Giga Chad looks never stopped him from being the victim of assault. Didn't stop him from being homeless, didn't stop him getting the shit kicked out of him. Didn't stop him from being ostracised by his family, his mum and dad. So Mr. Giga Chad didn't have very good relations to his mum with his mum and dad. It did get him a free cup of coffee when he was sleeping outside a bakery in the morning. And he'd had a lot of girlfriends. So he had a lot of girlfriends and he had a free cup of coffee in the morning. Apart from that, it did him no good. He needed to, he had borderline personality disorder. It's worse than anything. He had extreme borderline personality disorder. So, yeah, his life was better because he was a Giga Chad, but it definitely wasn't great. When he's 32 years old, he's dying in a car park at 32 years old, laying there, drugged out his brain, going to sleep. Next morning, he's dead. Just found the Giga Chad laying on the floor. It wasn't even found for a few hours. People just driving past it, couldn't see him. He was right in the corner of this car park. It was only when someone actually come into the corner and went, fuck. And they informed the supermarket and they found him. Been there for fucking ages. So, yeah, that man didn't have a good life. So when people say all that type of stuff, I can see what they're saying because his life was better because of it. But you've got neurodiversity, you've got your upbringing, you've got your IQ, how good you are at learning, you've got where you're born, you've got all these different factors. And that's why a normie who's got lots of things going for him in them departments will have a better life than a Giga Chad like my mate. It's not all about looks, but it does improve your life. If my mate would have not had borderline personality disorder and he would have been a bit better at learning, his life would have been great. But he didn't. He died on the streets at 32 years old.
What is it?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, me lord. More work. Righto. Yes, me lord. What is it?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Excellent says, I wouldn't mind other people treating me badly due to them being jealous and envious of my looks. I will take it any day, even with BPD. Okay. Self-harm behaviours, that's sad. Poor bloke. Yeah, he was a tragedy.
Our town is under siege. More gold is required.
What? Off I go then.
More gold is required.
Jack, you're cherry picking a mentally Chad. That is one in thousands mental head case. Decent.
All right.
Disprove the looks angle. Okay.
Our allies' town is under
Job's
siege.
done.
Our town is under siege.
Because you're mentioning a Chad with huge mental health problems who was literally mental, who literally pissed up the wall. His looks advantage.
Righto. What is it?
Our town is under siege.
Right, if this dude that I knew
Allies' town is
would have
under
had
siege.
under average looks, so like this dude would have had would have been like,
What is it?
More gold.
you know, that guy,
More
the
gold.
classic incel face, that dark haired guy. I'm not sure what he's called.
All work.
There's a picture of him, like he's like some sort of gamer. He's got like this really thin face, but he's got that wimp skull. That guy. I'm not quite sure he's called.
Forces are under attack.
If he'd looked like that
Me lord. Job's
and
done.
been on the streets, would his life
Allies' town
have
is
been
under
worse?
siege.
I think so, by a huge degree. He would have been picked on more.
More gold is
All
required.
He wouldn't have had all the chicks that he had.
Ready to work. Off I go then.
He probably wouldn't have had that woman take him out that coffee in the morning.
Our allies'
He
town
wouldn't have
is
had
under siege.
the good experiences that he had while he was alive. So definitely his looks gave him advantage in life. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that
All right. What?
Our
it's
allies'
probably
town
better
is
to be
under siege.
neurotypical than to be
All
a
work.
Giga Chad.
Our town
I'm not even saying that. It's better to be neurotypical than be a Giga Chad. 100%.
Our allies' town is
Ready
under
to
siege.
work. Yes, me lord. Ready to work.
Our town is
Do
under
you know
siege.
who Oreo Man is?
Our allies' town is under
All
siege.
work.
Yes.
Done. Yes, me lord.
Lewis Wed says better looking people get treated better, but it's not worth getting hung up on it.
Yes, me lord.
Our town is under siege.
Lewis Wed, focus on the things in life you can control.
Off I go then. Ready to work. What is it? More work. Job's done.
Yeah.
Our allies' town is under
Yes, me
siege.
lord.
Our town is under siege. Our allies' town is under siege.
Right.
Our town
What?
is under siege.
Yes, me lord. What is it?
Our allies' town is
right,
under
what?
siege.
Yeah. Who started this looks angle thing? I think it was Face LMS, wasn't it?
More work.
Face LMS, he started it back in about 10 years ago.
Go then.
Our town
He
is
did all
under
them
siege.
videos and they were really good. And he started the looks money status paradigm.
Ready
And I was
to
quite
work.
surprised about that
Job's
guy. I think he's gone into retirement now, but he was very good, looks LMS, and you know,
Our allies' town is under siege.
done. Ready to work, me lord. Righto.
I've never ever said that looks don't matter. Not once.
Our town is under
Just
siege.
saying that they don't.
More work.
Our
It's not
allies'
everything.
Town is under siege. More gold required. Research
What is it? I guess I can. All right. Yes, ready to work. What?
Our town is under siege.
Off I go then. Yes, job done. Yes, me lord. What is it? All right. Righto. All right. More work.
Our
Alex, what do you reckon Wheat Waffles rate me out of 10? I did actually go through, because I went through a black pill stage of lookism. I've spoken about this loads and loads of times, my friend. And I got ratings from 3 different people. Incel TV, he said I was a 4 in the face, and I was, because of my height and my frame, about a 5, 5.5. Black Pill Towel said that I was overweight, but because of my height and my frame, he said I was about a 5.5. And Wheat Waffles, I sent him a face rating, because I did get into it. Guess what he rated me as? Because I'm overweight. He said I was a 3. A 3. I'm a 3. A sub 5, man.
What is it? Our town is under siege. What? Job done. Our allies' town is under siege. Job done. Job done. Yes, my lord. Job done. Job done. Job done. Yes, my lord.
Yeah, Wheat Waffles rating me a 3. When I got that, I was really pissed off. Thought I wasted my money. At least give me a good rating.
Ready to work. More work. More buggo then. Job done.
I put weight on since then, so I'm probably a fucking 2 now in his eyes.
Job done. More buggo then. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Just said lose weight.
Forces are under attack.
What is it? Job done.
Under siege.
Job done.
What would I rate myself?
Job done.
Uh,
Job done. More work.
Our town is
uh,
Yes, my lord.
what would I rate myself? 6.
allies' town is under siege.
Between 6 and 8.
Lumber is required. More lumber
Job
is
done.
required.
All right. What is it? More work. What? Righto.
About between a 6 and an 8, I reckon. Maybe a 9.
Town is under siege.
What is it? Yes, my lord. More work. All right. What? Job done. Job done. Buggo then.
Our town
Job
allies
done.
are
What
siege
is
is
it?
under siege.
Righto.
This guy here says, look, Dan Sucker. No, Alex Browning, 9 out of 100.
Buggo then. Job done. What?
I rate myself as human, Al says.
More lumber allies' town is under
Job
siege.
done. Work. Yes, my lord.
Town is under siege.
Right. Ready to job
I just want to love, be kind and respect people. That's all I expect back, Al says, yeah.
Job done. What?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, my lord. Job done.
Our town is under siege. Agreed.
Job done. More work. More buggo then. What?
Our allies' town is
Yes,
under
my lord.
siege.
Yes, my lord. Job done.
I know, I got into that whole fucking looks rating shit, and I was like, just what the fuck, man?
More work.
I wasted all that time getting ratings from people.
Under siege.
Just ridiculous, looking back on it.
Buggo
But,
then. Job done.
you know,
What is it? Yes, my lord. More
look,
work.
it looks had a mess. He set it off with all that looks shit, and I think looks had a mess was a good guy, but
Job done.
he wanted to explain something, and he just, it's true. Lookism is true. I'm not going to lie about it. Lookism is true. It's just not everything, you know. And these guys, because I talk about the black pill, I get a lot of lookists on my channel, and
What is it? Yes, my lord.
these dudes, they are obsessed with it. That-
Our allies' town
And to them, it's everything.
Job done. All right.
Our town is under siege.
Job done. Righto. Job done. More buggo then. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Our
Job done.
allies' town is under siege.
Job done.
Ted Pike says, yeah, I'm actually using an example about that Giga Chad on the street story. He's too extreme. Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yes, my lord.
Gee, but it's at least no one's calling you gay tonight.
Our allied town is under siege. Research complete. Our town
Yeah.
is under
Off I
siege.
go then. Job's done. All right. All
Our
right.
allied town is under siege.
Ulysses, change the bloody subject.
What is it? The job's done.
Our
Right.
town is under
Job's
siege.
done. All work. Off
Our
I go
allied
then.
town
Yes,
is
my
under
lord.
siege. Agreed complete.
Job's done. What is it? Yes, my
Agreed
lord.
complete.
Yes, my lord. Right. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. All work.
Our allied town is under siege. Our town is under siege.
Job's done.
Upgrade complete.
Job's done. What?
Our allied town is under siege.
Ready
Alex Brown says, are you on the toilet? No, I'm sitting in my car.
for work. Off I go then.
No offence.
Yes,
No, I'm just-
my lord. What? Job's done. Job's done.
Our town is under siege.
Alex says, oh, I just finished the light club shift. No.
What is it?
Our allied town is under siege. Our town is under siege.
Wheat Waffle's a joke anyway, Depite says.
Our town is under siege.
He's made a lot of money out of it though, hasn't he? I mean, he does a freaking face rating every minute.
Job's done. Go then.
And
Job's done. All right. Job's done.
he's, I've monetized my channel, so I'm a grifter
Town is under siege.
as well, I suppose, but I'm not that bad a grifter. I'm never going to ask people for fucking money for fucking face ratings. Never. Not going to happen.
All work. Yes, my lord.
Forces are under attack.
Yes, my
Our
lord.
town is under siege.
I feel too guilty about that shit.
Off I go then. Off I go then. Done.
Our
Ready to
allied
work.
town is under
What
siege.
is it? All work. What? All right. What is it?
Our town
Ready
is
to
under
work.
siege.
Yes, my lord.
Alex says, Jack's giving more still.
Work. Yes, my lord. Right. All work.
Alex says, why do people care about what Wheat Waffle says about their face?
If you want, I guess I can.
Yeah, he's just this thing that people have got obsessed with. Some people, they're like, if Wheat Waffles tells them that they're, I mean, I don't think, Wheat Waffles rated me as a 3. Okay. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, Wheat Waffles rated me as a 3 and said that I was basically the lowest of the low. And he said something in his comment that really pissed me off. That's one of the reasons why I kind of didn't like the guy after the message. And he said to me,
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
you can't go around talking to young girls. And I was like, I didn't say I wanted to go around talking to young girls, yeah? He was like insinuating that I'm a 37-year-old man who wants to go around talking to young girls. I was like, I don't want to go around talking to young girls. I believe that half your age plus 7 is the right age. So at 37, it would have been, what's half of 37? 18 and a half plus 7, 25 and a half. I had no intention of going around chatting up women that are in fucking college.
Our town is under siege.
And
Go then.
he said you can't go around chatting up young girls. And I was like, oh, there was no intention of that in the fucking first place, so why even write it? Yeah? And then he said I was a 3 and that, and I was like, fuck you, man. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck you, man, fuck you. And then, God knows why he wrote that for. That was a really just stupid comment. Maybe he wrote it without thinking.
Town is under siege.
And then I think about that guy writing that comment to me, give me that low rating. And I think, would Wheat Waffles do what I did, fellas, in 2020?
Town is under siege.
Would he be able to
Go then.
get online, speaking to some Asian chick below the neck like an Instagram model, and have a cam girl every day for 3 months who would do anything he wanted on cam. 3 months. Would Wheat Waffles get that type of treatment for 3 months? And he rates himself a 6 and he rates me a 3. So he rates himself much higher than me, Wheat Waffles. But would Wheat Waffles get what I did? A guy he rated much lower than him.
Job done. Yes, my lord. Job done. Off I go then. What is it? All right. Off I go then.
Our town is under siege. Our allies' town is under siege.
Job done.
Ezon says you're not higher than 3. I'm just saying, would Wheat Waffles got what I did over them 3 months? As a 3 then, as a 3. 3 is a good word, because it's a word, but it's also free, yeah? F-R-E-E. He said I was free. Yeah, I am free from his bullshit. Haha.
Job done. Off I go then. Yes, my lord. Right now.
Our allies' town is under siege.
More work. What? More gold is required. Off I go then. Job done. What is it?
More gold.
Job done. Job done. That's it.
Yeah, he's got a status, yeah. But I don't think he could have done what I did, man. I don't care.
What? If you want.
I don't think he could have got that 3 months of cam girl shit. I just don't believe he could do it. No way.
My lord. All right. Right.
Our town is under
Off I go
siege.
then. Right.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, my lord. Right.
Jesse says he could be a 7. You got to be a 3, Jesse. To be able to do well in life, man, you got to be a 3.
Are under attack.
Jesse, you can't be a 7. You got to be a 3.
Off I go then.
3 in number, but also F-R-E-E. 3. 3 from bullshit. Ah!
I can't build that.
Our town is under siege.
Yes, my lord. Right now. What is it? Job
Our
done.
allies' town is under siege.
What is it? Job done. Yes, my lord. What?
You know, funny thing, that, you know, there's guys in their fucking 30s and shit, and they're still obsessed with this
Off I go then.
male beauty standard bullshit, okay? And they're like,
Our allies' town
basically middle-aged. When you're 35, you're middle-aged.
Off I go then.
And they go out and they pump the weights. I'm not knocking dudes who pump the weights. I respect men who weightlift.
Off I go then.
under siege.
And they're like, you know, doing all the shit on their face and that. They've got the white teeth and the fucking, all this crap. All this crap on their face and hair and shit, and wearing the right clothes. And they're like Instagram models, all sort of proning around. And they're like 35 years old. Obsessed by it.
Town is under siege.
Trying to get that last bit of youthful admiration from the opposite gender.
Off I go then.
It's sad, man. Lookism's sad. People who believe in it are sad,
Job done.
even though it's true.
Allies' town is under siege.
Right now. Off I go
If
then.
somebody sent me a rating, okay, you know what I'm going to say to them? If you send me a rating, fellas, I'm going to set up a rating, a face rating service just for the guys on my channel, yeah? And you're going to send me a picture of yourself. Guess what I'm going to respond back? How much can you bench?
More work. Job done.
I'm going to ask you 4 questions to give you a rating if you're a Chad, okay? The first question is, how much can you bench? The second question is going to be, how good are you at rolling on the floor doing grappling? The third question is going to be, what's your punch like if you measure it
Right. Job done.
on a machine?
Go then.
How close are you to Ngannou?
Job done.
And then the fourth question is going to be,
Off I go then. Job done.
and this is probably the most important question,
Job done. Job done. I can't build that. Right now. Job done. Yes, my lord.
have you ever read a really difficult
What?
classical work of literature
Job done.
and understood some of it?
Our town is under siege.
If you can answer them 4 questions, you're a Chad in my book. You can look like the fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't give a shit, man.
Job done.
You know what I mean? How much can you fucking bench? I don't give a shit about all that crap.
Off I go then.
Our town
Job done.
So Wigwaff was a genuine. He was trying to punch down. I didn't really care what he thought, you know. It did dig me a bit out. What if your answer to all these questions is no? Then you're not a Chad, I'm afraid.
I come.
Is that a challenge, Jack? Who to?
Job done.
Upgrade complete. Our allies' town is under siege. Our town is under siege.
Yes, me lord. What is it?
Jack, what do you think about paying for sex? Would you judge someone
Upgrade complete.
negatively for doing it?
Upgrade
No. No, I think coremongering's cool.
Our allies' town is under siege. Our town is under siege.
Done loads of it, mate.
Job done. Job done.
Upgrade complete. Our allies' town is under siege.
What you described as a man, exactly. You know, you're rating a dude. So, a dude rating a dude.
Upgrade done.
What are you going to do? You're going to say to him,
Upgrade complete.
you've got like a winning smile and sucky eyes. Another dude writing at you. I don't want to know that shit.
Ready to work.
Our town is under siege.
Well, to us, I'm up for it. Up for what?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Up for what?
More work.
Our town is under siege. Our allies'
Jack, if I put my head through the window and nicked a bit of your spicy McChicken, would you be angry or would you give us a share?
Yes, me lord.
upgrade complete. Upgrade
I'll give you a bit of it.
is under siege. Our allies' town is under siege.
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of my spicy chicken.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
What?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, me lord.
Who's Dave Benson Phillips?
Our town is under siege. Our allies' town is under
done.
siege.
Job done.
Our forces are under attack. Our town is under siege. Upgrade. Our allies' town is under siege.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Not really challenging people to do it, but
Under siege.
it's kind of like that would be my criterion for a Chad rating. That would be what I would say is a Chad.
Upgrade complete. Research complete. Our allies' town is under siege.
Alex Browning's trying to set me up with people to fight. Ainsley Harriet's like 60 or
Town
something.
is under siege. Our allies' town is under siege. Our town is under siege.
What is it? Yes, me lord.
Hey, Harriet.
Our allies' town is under siege.
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't. I feel uncomfortable saying that type of thing, that I'd fight people like online and shit. It's a bit like cringe to me,
What is it?
you know.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Off I go then. All right. Right. Yes, me lord. Off I go then.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, me lord.
I would like to have like them raid fights, to be honest with you.
Off I go then. Job done. Right now. Yes, me lord. Ready to war, right. Off I go
Our
then.
allies'
Job
town
done.
is under siege.
Ready to work. Job done.
Don't know who Dave Benson Phillips is, mate, no.
Our town is under siege.
Yes, my lord.
Our allied town is under siege.
Job done. Job done. Yes, my lord. What?
Alex Bliss says I thought you had a higher IQ, but I haven't.
Our allied town is
Upgrade
under siege.
Job
Upgrade
done. Job done.
Research. Our town is
Forward.
under siege.
If you want.
Upgrade complete.
To be honest with you fellas, I'd like to give up smoking and get in shape.
Forward. Right.
Our forces are under attack. Our allied town is under siege.
Easy.
Our town is under siege.
Yes, my lord. Done.
Why are you still in your car, sat in your car at 3 AM? Yeah, not well.
Our allied town is
get
under
a
siege.
get a vape, mate, yeah.
Easy. Yes, my lord.
That's what Albino says.
Our town is under siege. Our allied town
Yes, have you tried planking?
Yes, job done. Job done. Job done.
Our allied town is under siege.
Could be hard sleepy, that's true. You guys said he wants to watch a lot of smaller YouTubers.
Job done.
Do you ever sleep in your car, Jack? No. Yeah, I kind of regret that I drunk and shit, because I'd like to have had a fight career, you know? I have boxing amateurs, but I'd like to have fought pro.
Our allied town is under siege.
Fucked up, man. But I console myself by the fact I wouldn't have made it.
Forward. Forward. Off I go then.
Our allied town is under siege.
Have you thought about getting a camper and going around England? Corey says. Yeah, I have, yeah, my friend. Jake Paul's. I thought he's fighting Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Else I'd like to meet Jack. I'll be in fits.
Our allied town is
Do you
under
like
siege.
David Tour? Yes, 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 and yes. I think Alex Brown says I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it with 4G, 5G. Yeah, I need to get in shape, bros. Can we do like a sort of commitment thing with each other where we can all stop smoking and get in shape? Jess says, do you recommend going to Wales? Yeah.
Our town is under siege. Our forces are under attack.
Has anyone ever watched Street Beefs? Has anyone ever watched Street Beefs? Street Beefs. Has anyone watched it?
What? Right. Off I go then. All right.
Forces are
Alex Brown says we could
town is under siege.
share photos. Yeah, if somebody sets up a Discord for like losing weight and shit and addictions, I would actually accept that shit. But there have to be some rules because I don't want people talking about fucking, you know, political shit. You know. Let's watch it. Yeah, very entertaining. I love that Street Beefs. I love watching it. In the UK, we've got something called, what's it? We've got like a British Street Beef. It's pretty good. but we haven't got a street beefs like they got in America. Hogo says he's curbed food addiction. Alex Brown says, what do I think of the keto diet? Mate, I tell you what, I need to fucking stop this shit, man. You know, I'm fat as a hog. I need to stop fucking eating. As I say, eat 1 or 2 pounds of meat a day and all that kind of shit. Alcy's lived in Portsmouth for the first 10 years of his life. Yeah, Portsmouth's pretty cool. It's like a port city. I kind of admire that place. I live by a port city. It's got some sort of coolness to it, hasn't it? I've heard that the guys in Portsmouth have got a lot of tattoos, apparently. I listened to this woman one time, and she was doing an interview, and she was talking about different places in the UK, and she said that in Portsmouth, a lot of dudes have tattoos, which I thought was pretty cool. They all live by a port, and they've all got tattoos.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah, they do. And it says they drink alcohol a lot in Portsmouth.
Our town is under siege. Our allied town is under siege.
Alex Brown says you've seen become a character on EastEnders like Dot Cotton Son. You could be a long lost brother and kill Phil Mitchell after he's fixed your car. Lewis needs to lose weight. Jubet says Pompey is a brute of a place. Yeah, I've always got that impression they're like sort of hardy sailor types with tattoos, and they kind of all go on the ship and, you know, sail around the world. They're that type of men. Maverick says it's the weather in England. You eat a lot. It's hot there, so where he lives in Florida, so you don't eat so much and you're sweating all the time. Hogan says he keeps away from his trigger foods. Plymouth the same. Yeah, I've heard that. Plymouth has got them types of people. Alex says sailors always get in trouble in the pubs. Yeah. Pretty cool. Remember during lockdown there was all them sea shanty songs that got popular. People started to sing them online. There's something pretty cool about that naval culture we used to have in Britain back during the day, you know, 150 years ago. Something kind of romantic about it. Being out on a ship, all these dudes, proper manly shit, and just going out on a boat and getting all this fucking tattoos. Like, my great granddad, he lived in the East End. He was an Irishman, and his wife was Irish, and he had a tattoo of he was in the Navy, the Royal Navy, but he was also in the Merchant Navy, and he had a tattoo of the ship that he sailed on throughout most of his life on his fucking chest. Yeah, and he weren't like me. He was fit, you know what I mean? He was athletic and that. He had a washboard stomach for his whole life, but he had this freaking tattoo of a ship across his chest, and I just think that's so cool. If you're gonna get a tattoo, why not get a ship that you've sailed on your whole life across your across your chest. I mean, that is just a great thing to do. But there's a similarity between me and this guy. This is going to amaze you guys. He did exactly the same thing as me. Now, I'm not a sailor. I do love the sea and I love all that kind of shit. I love being out on boats. It's part of my family history. I looked at my family history and every third man was in the Navy. It's something in my blood to go in the Navy. Something in my blood to be out on the ship. It's just something that my family have always done. I feel that inclined that way myself. Anyway, so he owned a cafe in Stepney, and he was in a merchant navy, and he would come back to the East End of London in Stepney, and he would go to this cafe. There'd be all these young boys there, and they'd all be dead now. This is like the 1910s, early 1920s. So you're looking at a very long time ago. But he did it right up until the 1930s, 1940s. He'd do exactly the same thing every time he'd come back to London. And all these young boys would gather around him, and he would tell them stories about his time out at sea. And he would talk about pirates going onto his ship and fighting off pirates. Talk about all these sea monsters that would come up on the board on the deck, and he had to fight off the sea monsters. He'd talk about naval battles he had. He would talk about like shit that went on in his ship. He would talk about foreign expeditions and places he'd been to when he got off at the port and that, and all these strange things that happened to him. And then the guys, the young boys, would be listening, thinking, oh, his name was Jack. His name was Jack. His name was Jack. His actual real name was Jack. His name was Jack. Anyway, he would get to the best bit, my fellas, and then he would stop. And this is before the internet, this is before radio, this is before newspapers, it's before films. It was just a time when this type of thing was really popular because there was nothing else to entertain you. And he would stop, and they'd all go, oh, no, Jack, please, finish the story. And he would walk off. And he said, I'll be back tomorrow, boys, 10 o'clock in the morning. You know what? When he come back to that cafe, there was more people next time. There would be more. The whole cafe would be packed listening to Jack. So I think I may have inherited that genetic predisposition. What do you reckon, fellas? Yeah, Jack Sparrow laughing around. You made a great school teacher, Jack. Maybe. Did he ever land in Torres? Yeah.